Hey, welcome everybody to a Packer Outright Opinion show. We are here, sort of here. Ben's coming soon. He'll be here soon. There he is. Hey, he's in a great mood and he's wearing his Packer gear. You're eating. What are you drinking there? Is that Dr. Pepper? 23 flavors of goodness?
I hate Dr. Pepper. No, it's Coke.
Everybody knows that. I know you hate Dr. Pepper. That's why I always ask.
Holy crap, the Packers won.
Packers won!
Who would have thought?
I would have thought.
We both picked them to win, so.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go.
It was awesome. Is your microphone plugged in? You sound different tonight. Like maybe the sound's coming through your or check your mic source. Just check your settings, your audio settings. Sometimes they get a little quirky on you. You know what? I'm super excited because I am finishing my water and then I'm going to drink a triple tonight because I'm so excited about that Packer win. I told you guys, I told everybody before the season started, I was like, man, if the Packers beat the Cowboys and knock them out of the playoffs, wouldn't that just be awesome and make this season awesome no matter what happens the rest of the way? And some people thought just making the playoffs was good enough, but I really wanted to beat the Cowboys. But now I'm getting a little greedy. I got to say, now I'm a little greedy because I also want to see Packers at Lions in the NFC Championship game. I'm hoping so much we can get past the 49ers because I don't want to see Baker in the championship game and get Bakered again. That's my main concern.
Does it sound any better?
Sounds the same.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's a sign we should have done the show because I didn't want to do it.
You still sound fine. I can still hear you.
I don't understand. It's fine.
Okay.
Here.
No,
you're right. It's not even working.
It doesn't sound like a regular mic.
Why is it not working?
Usually it's like a mic setting or audio settings, and you got.
No, Jason, I know what it is.
Okay, all right.
I have it on the right thing. It's not doing it.
Oh well, I don't know what to tell you then.
Now it is.
Oh, now you sound like a gem.
I'm super
lovely. Now you sound so good. Hey, William G's in the house. We haven't heard from you in a while, William G. How you doing, man? Jordan Love, incredible again. How about that? How about Jordan Love, a better playoff debut than the last two Hall of Fame douchebag quarterbacks the Packers had? Let's hope Jordan Love can, let's say hope he can avoid the douchebag part as a human being later on.
Jordan Love, Nick Bosa said it best.
What did he say? I didn't even hear it.
Nick Bosa said the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love is that Jordan Love throws the ball where it's supposed to go.
Ooh, is that what he said?
And Aaron Rodgers tries to make crap happen. And he said sometimes it's better to just throw the ball where it's supposed to go.
Ooh, that's what he said, huh? Okay.
Because, I mean, I'll say this too. When you watch Dak Prescott throw off platform throws,
yeah,
wow, it's terrible. Compared to Jordan Love is 1,000 million times better than Dak Prescott's off platform throws. Dak Prescott sucked in this game.
Yeah, terrible.
Sucked.
But they've said it for a while. Like people that have talked about him as a quarterback have said, you know, he really has to step into his throws and have his feet right, or he can't, you know, his throws are terrible. And there have been other quarterbacks like that too, right? And I guess that should make us, like you're saying, appreciate Jordan Love a little more in the things that he is able to do. That's when you can't do that or when you're not able to do that. He can still make some pretty good throws when he's off his back foot or no feet on the ground or running to his right or doing whatever. Like that stuff's there. And then the other key thing with him, it's different, that continues to show up in these games when teams are blitzing him and bringing pressure in his face, is not only does he stand in there and take it, but he also, his height and the length of his arms are allowing him to get passes off that other guys just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's you can't coach that either. So, all right,
I got some video. We'll watch some Jordan Love video, but
all right,
I think we should start with a different video. We should start with Aaron Jones' video.
Oh, I love Aaron Jones. How about that? Aaron Jones loves playing in Dallas.
Aaron Jones. And by the way, when you saw Aaron Jones like leave, and then when Emmanuel Wilson had a carry right after Aaron Jones, he looked like 1/4 of the speed of Aaron Jones. Didn't it seem like he was so slow compared to Aaron Jones out there?
I thought, to be honest with you, I mean, yes, there's a difference, but I thought this is the most assertive and speedy that I've seen Emmanuel Wilson look since the preseason. Like in this game when he came in, not that first run or two, but like he had a couple carries later in the game where he looked like pretty quick and he attacked the hole. And I was like, okay, you could work with this guy. Like I could see it as maybe a backup running back or a sub running back for the next couple of years on a cheap deal because he's so cheap. All right, we got some video for you. William G, as a Packer 1993 who's here, says we broke the Cowboys. LOL. Yes, we did. We broke them. Their fans are crying. Did you see some of the cut shots, Ben, of the fans? Oh my god,
Oh
some
my God.
crying,
Well,
distraught.
I can understand. I mean,
Oh,
it was shocking.
was it? But
Yes.
doesn't history tell us anything? Like, if you're a Cowboy fan, should you really be shocked by this type of result? This
I
is
think
what they
anytime this was shocking. This was truly shocking.
okay.
I
I
mean,
don't. Didn't the Cowboys not even have a winning record against winning teams this year?
they,
Or
they
they
only
only
beat
beat
one.
like
They only beat like the Eagles or something, which weren't even good.
yeah.
Like the Eagles should have. The Eagles got given a bunch of gifts this year. They should never gotten wins that they got credit for. Like a bunch of games, the refs gave them wins.
And the Cowboys beat up
And
on bad teams, and they were an inflated
yeah,
team. I mean, I thought that from a long time ago. But
yeah.
I mean, yes, okay. Do we expect the Packers to spank them as bad as they did? Probably not. But damn, it was fun watching it. All right, what do you got for me video wise? You're up.
Well, we're gonna skip this play. We're gonna go to Aaron
Aaron
Jones.
Jones is so awesome.
The key to the game was the running game that
Yeah.
set up so many play action plays. But then the passing also set up the run. So it was all good. Everything was good. We're just gonna let it play and we'll see what happens. I got it at half speed again. I just have a few Aaron Jones plays. Now this one, you got John Runyon laying on the ground. You got Elton Jenkins tackling a guy. I probably should have been holding. They didn't call it. And then you're going to see the second level, Rasheed Walker gets to 14, who, by the way, is awful. I don't know if he's a safety or he looks like a tiny little corner, and they had him playing middle linebacker for some unknown reason. Big mistake by the Cowboys there. Rasheed Walker, if he gets up here and holds this little block for more than a second instead of just shoving him, Aaron Jones will be gone for a touchdown on this play. Because you got guys on the bottom of the screen, the receivers both getting pretty good sized blocks here down the bottom. And Jones is going to jump over the top of the guy laying on the ground. So just watch Rasheed Walker. He gets this guy, but then that guy makes a tackle. I mean, he blocks him right into Aaron Jones pretty much.
I think he got tackled by his hair there again or something like that. Like, I don't
Maybe.
understand how sometimes Packers guys can get tackled by their heads or their hair or whatever, and the refs don't call anything. It's weird to me, but
It is weird.
Jones is the thing that sticks out about him too is his timing. Like his timing is just so good on all these. Like some people will be like, "Oh, there's a big hole." No, that was a hole for like a split second, and he just timed it so damn good. It was amazing. Oh,
Right.
I got to get the plug in here. I'm gonna hang on. You keep going.
Okay. So the other thing about this is Tucker Kraft just gets a snippet piece of Micah Parsons to hold him off. And that's his job. They got him blocking Micah Parsons on this. And there's no cutback on this run. And he kind of loses them. But because Aaron Jones is able to get so far this way because of the push by Zach Tom and Myers, that Jones can push it way out this way. Elton Jenkins can tackle his guy, which should have been a penalty, but they didn't call it, so good for us. And then Jones is going to sneak through here and get 15, 16 yards, whatever it is, on a beautiful, beautiful run. And it wasn't even like great blocking by most of the guys. Just Zach Tom and Josh Myers really did a great job. And then, of course, Jenkins tackling this guy. The next play is the second touchdown. And this is what I want you to watch on this is right here, 85 Tucker Kraft. Because this gets all jammed up in the middle of the offensive lineman, Aaron Jones kind of goes into his guys' backs, and then he has to spin out, and he needs a little bit of extra time to spin out. And the only reason why he gets that extra time is because Tucker Kraft takes Micah Parsons and blocks his butt and makes sure he doesn't get there in time to make the play. So watch Tucker Kraft here take on Micah Parsons, who's, of course, the Cowboys' biggest threat. Takes him out, and Aaron Jones just gets a little bit extra time to get in for that touchdown. When you watch it from the other angle, what you want to watch is 14 for the Cowboys. Terrible game by him. Oh, shoot. I don't have it from the other angle. But you'll watch 14 here. I don't know what he's doing. He gets blocked. If you look right here, he's getting blocked by Runyon or somebody. And then Jones is still here, and he spins around, and 14 just kind of looks at him and doesn't try to, like, tackle him. He's just kind of slacking it and whacking it. And the Cowboys have a lot of slacking it and whacking it type guys. So the 49er game is going to be a big difference when it comes to the defense of the 49ers compared to this Cowboys defense. Cowboys defense has got a bunch of entitled guys who think that they're better than they are.
And also not good against the run. Like we
No.
knew that was a weakness for them, and we exploited it. So good.
Well, this play, 97 beats the crap out of Rasheed Walker right away. And Micah Parsons is standing way over here, does not even part of the play on this, right? But because we get good push here with the double team between Myers and Jenkins, and Zach Tom and Runyon are getting to the second level here, Jones is able to cut this straight out over this way and get past 97 because he's too slow to get there. And then because of the wash here, he's going to cut it back, and Micah Parsons is coming at him from behind, but he never actually makes the play. It's 97 and the safety 8 or 6 or whatever number he is. When you watch it from this angle, you'll see 97 just beats the crap, gets back there right away. But because Aaron Jones is able to push this so far out, like if this is A.J. Dillon or Patrick Taylor or Emmanuel Wilson, this guy's tackled for a 3-yard loss. Because look at that. I mean, Walker's beat already. Now, this is a tough block. The guy's lined up on the inside of him, and they're expecting him to get him. And Micah Parsons stays looking for the quarterback because, of course, he wants sacks. He's kind of like Zadarius Smith disciple. He don't care about the run. He cares more about sacks. So he just sits there and takes himself pretty much out of the play there. And you got Runyon over here, Zach Tom going to the second level, Tucker Kraft doing a great job on the outside. Double team with Myers and Jenkins, and then Myers is going to split off and get to the second level. And 97 gets past Walker, but it doesn't matter. Because Jones is just too quick. And then he cuts it back and gets 8-9 yards. And it's all about his speed, his ability to push it to the outside. This is the one time where the zone running works well against the Cowboys. I think this is his touchdown. And what happens on this play is 14 again, just bites on something stupid. And it looked like it was wide open, right? But when you watch from the other angle, you'll see what happens. You get Josiah DeGuara coming across. He takes out Micah Parsons. You're going to watch 14 and 33, the inside linebackers or safety, whatever they are. I think they're both inside linebackers, but they're really small.
Wait a minute. Josiah DeGuara taking out Micah Parsons? All world
Right here.
Micah Parsons?
Watch Josiah DeGuara come across.
How's that
Tucker
possible?
Kraft. It's what happens. Tucker Kraft lets him go. Tucker Kraft gets to the second level. You got a double team between Runyon and Zach Tom on the D tackle. And Josiah DeGuara is going to come back and just knock out Micah Parsons on this play. Right there. Boom. And now you got Jones with the cutback, with Zach Tom with a good solid block, Runyon getting to the second level on 14, and Micah Parsons is getting knocked out because of Josiah DeGuara hitting him kind of low. And then but that was a good solid block.
That was a legal block. It was, right in the waist.
Yeah, but now take a look at Parsons. He's going to turn around with his hands up looking for a flag. I don't know why. Look at him.
He's like,
that's a legal play there, jerky.
This scrubby former third round pick who can't even see the field hardly at all, blocked me. There's got to be a flag. That's what he's saying. So much hype for some of these guys that really don't do much.
No, I know. Now this is later on in the game. Watch, it's the same type of play. This time DeGuara's going to come in motion and then come back to get Micah Parsons, but Mike Parsons wants no part of getting hit again. So instead of getting hit, he goes around DeGuara to the outside, to the back field, and just gives up a wide open lane for Aaron Jones to run. So watch DeGuara here in motion. He's going to come back. His job is to take Micah Parsons. And he misses. But Micah Parsons goes downfield away from where the ball carrier would be going, right? Jones wants to go forward.
Yep.
And Tucker Kraft's getting the second level. You got Wicks coming across here to help out, get to the second level. In blocks, we got some good, solid offensive line blocks all the way across on the top of the screen. And a great cutback for Aaron Jones. I mean, he cut back almost the entire game. Makes a guy miss.
Yep.
And runs over some more guys. I mean, Jones had an amazing game, but it was really good blocking, really good working together, sealing off guys. I mean, the Cowboys played light. I mean, this looks like the Packers when they play their dime or their, whatever.
Yeah,
It just makes no sense. Yeah, they got too many small guys.
They got a lot of guys in the box right here, but they're all small. Or not all of
Yeah.
them, but a lot of them are small.
And look, like Zach Tom is totally shoving this guy back. Runyon's shoving Levin back. Even Myers has got one arm on this guy. He's doing okay.
Sean Ryan in there this time. Or is that Runyon? Oh, that is Runyon. I thought it was Ryan. I can't tell. I wish they had different number. I wish their number. That's Sean Ryan.
Well, it was Sean Ryan.
I wish their numbers weren't so close. Sometimes it gets me confused.
Well, it's all right.
I mean, keep going, and then I got something to say about some guys here.
So on this play, this is a running play. See how you got Musgrave moves in motion to this side. Remember this. Okay. Goes in motion to that side. Jordan Love changes the play call to a run. And there's Tucker Kraft coming back, getting the crackback block on this side. And look at this wall of offensive linemen between Walker, Jenkins, and Myers. Beautiful. And then you got Sean Ryan and Zach Tom stealing this edge. And Christian Watson on the second level gets his pick out of these two guys to block. And look at that hole. Beautiful, beautiful wall. Then Aaron Jones makes Gallimore look like a punk, which Romeo Doubs did all game long, which is great. And Jones stays in bounds to keep the clock running as well.
I mean, Gilmore.
Beautiful play. Gilmore, yeah.
You're not talking about the Canadian cat, Neville Gallimore.
Well, Neville Gallimore didn't have a very good game either. He's 96. He's not in there right now. He was a guy I liked in the draft a few years back, hoping the Packers would get. But
me too. But he's not. He's more Cowboy-like than Packer-like.
Well, I don't know about that, but it's just he's too light to be playing. Like, he needs help out there, just like these other guys. Look at this. You got two guys standing up. This looks like the Packers. 33 is a freaking like safety playing outside linebacker. Zach Tom's going to destroy him, and he does.
See, but the hole wasn't even that big. It's so much about the timing, and Aaron Jones hits it at his timing is so good. His vision and timing is so good, and that's that's the difference between somebody getting like a couple yards, like maybe an AJ Dillon, and him turning into a 20-yard run.
Okay, now this is the very next play. And look what we got. We got Christian Watson lined up here. We got Kraft lined up here. We got Musgrave coming in motion. Exact same formation, exact same motion, exact same guys on the field as the previous play. So what do you think is going to happen?
We got to run it. We've been pounding them.
Wrong. This is where Musgrave sneaks out. Both inside linebackers go this way. I don't even know what they're looking at. They both move to the top of the screen, and the only Packer over there is Tucker Kraft, who's blocking 33 to give Love a little more time.
They both on the bottom of the quarterback. They just both followed the quarterback, and they're not covering people. Yeah.
At the bottom of your screen here, you got a screen pass set up here for Aaron Jones too. If Love wanted to go there, but he doesn't have to because nobody covered Musgrave. They let him go scot-free. And you got your 21 corner following Watson all the way across the field. And then Bo Melton taking the top off. So you got all this speed at wide receiver that the safety and the two corners are worried about. They're not even looking at where Musgrave is. And, of course, that's how we get all this stuff going on. This is just a crazy play with so many options that it's nuts. And look at that. When he catches it, there isn't anybody anywhere near him. Like, what the crap are they doing? This is some sad defense. The 49ers will not be this bad. Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw and all those guys. I know Greenlaw, I think, was injured, but he did practice later earlier. He didn't practice the first day, like I think this week, but he practiced Tuesday. So
But hold on a minute here. I heard the Cowboys were a top 5 defense this whole year.
no.
That's what it said. That's what the stats said and the other things said. So how did they get so confused that they allowed Musgrave to be wide open?
Because Aaron Jones just gashed him 2 runs in a row. That's why. And then the play they ran, this tight end play, it looks exactly the same as the run I just showed earlier, right?
Wait a minute. That sounds like what Matt LaFleur talked about his offense being.
Yeah. This is stuff they couldn't do when Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback.
Right. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that's why it's so awesome. Here's another thing I like too. Look at this. We got Kraft blocking again. We got Wicks coming over to get 6. We got double team by the guard in the center. And Jones coming up the middle here. He cuts it back across. Look at Bo Melton blocking downfield right here in the middle of the screen. But Aaron Jones is the key to it, right? His ability to hit the hole, his ability to read the vision, his ability to cut back.
Yeah.
Now, this is the Dontavian Wicks touchdown. I just put it at the end here. And a lot of people have talked about it. Matt LaFleur talked about it. Love did a quick count or a hard count, which brought the linebackers up to show that they're going to blitz, right? They're trying to disguise it by having them lined up back here. But by doing this, all they're doing is leaving this open right back here, right? And that's what Love sees. And after he did the hard count, he saw linebackers coming up. He knows he's got open field back here. But he also knows he's got to get the ball away quick. What he does here is he moves Jaden Reed in motion. When Jaden Reed comes in motion, that then changed the assignment up for 21. 21 then now has to cover Wicks. And Wicks has got the inside track on 21 because he's already lined up in the slot. But when these two guys switch, because Love knows it's man, because of the blitz coming from the middle linebackers, that gives Wicks the easy in cut on the deep route, and the corner can't stick with him. And it's all based on that motion right there. And Wicks pushes him to the outside.
Wait a minute. Motion. I thought last year we had to get rid of motion because it was too complicated and too much motion.
I just told you.
Oh, okay.
Nick Bosa said Jordan Love, the reason why he's so good is because he does what he's supposed to do. Instead of just trying to make dumb crap happen.
I'm just trying to remember all the things we heard last year about what was wrong and the things that weren't effective. And then I'm a little confused. I'm just clarifying. That was still a really great move, like a nice breakdown without being too slow about it.
Yeah. But now you're seeing here, because Reed's coming to the inside, they're double teaming the Dobbs on the bottom of the screen at the 10-yard line. And you got Gilmore one-on-one against Wicks. And Wicks is doing a juke move on him to get that inside break. And now the ball's gone. And it's thrown high above into the back. And yeah, it gets bobbed a little bit. But it was a great pass. Even with guys in his face, which you'll see here in a second. Because 14 comes on the blitz, but he's so far back, and one is so far back that it takes a while to get there. Sean Ryan misses him because 14 is going to juke to the inside here. And Sean Ryan kind of falls down. And you talked about it just before we started showing the video about how Jordan Love is his 6'4" frame and his long arms are able to get the ball over the top. And that you'll see it right here when 14 comes on his blitz on the inside. Love can throw this ball over the top of 14 because of his size, right? And just misses. I mean, that's like really tight and really close. But it's enough to be a perfect pass. And as a Packer fan, I think we were all just shocked, right? Because at that point, that was 21-0. And we were just like, what the crap is going on?
Hold on.
What is going on here?
That was the big thing. Other people, once again, I got a text from Sarah within seconds. The people I was watching the game with, Nick's brother Mitch, freaking out because Anders banged the goalpost and missed an extra point again. Oh boy. Well, he made all the other ones, so I don't know. Is that bad?
I don't know. But this offense, the running game was on point all game long. And I think it just goes to show how important Aaron Jones is. Like, A.J. Dillon wouldn't get all those yards because there were a number of plays I showed where Rasheed Walker or somebody else didn't get the initial block. The guy was in the backfield. But Jones is so quick, and he's able to push it so far over before he cuts all the way back again, that if that was any of the other running backs on the team, they would have gotten tackled for like a 3-4 yard loss. And so it looked like, Aaron Jones had these big gaping holes sometimes, but it was because he pushed it over as far as he could before he would cut it back. And that also takes the linebackers out. Now, against the 49ers, I don't think they're going to fall for that crap. They're not dumb. They're going to be probably solid and smart and stationary and use their heads and not freaking fall for, all this pull stuff. So I'm hoping the Packers do a totally different run game.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I can see it.
Because Nick Bosa is not going to give up on plays like Micah Parsons does. I
Mm.
mean, Nick Bosa is going to go crazy. He's just going to go like a bat out of hell and try to knock your socks off.
Although
And
a couple
he
years,
won't give up.
just remember a couple years ago, he got handled pretty good by Yash.
Yeah, but that was in the negative gazillion degrees.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just, since you mentioned him again, Micah Parsons, and all the hype coming in, right? Oh my God, wasn't he like an All Pro this year too? And he's so
He
great,
always
and
is. Everybody thinks he's the greatest thing ever.
he's amazing. I mean, I don't understand it. These guys I'm tired of the splash play guys. Maybe that's my. Oh, God dang it! Might as well put some structure to this show. What the hell are we doing? I gotta scroll down because I need to. This is what I gotta get into because I'm a little tired of it. So let's. Man, I got a beef to pick with you.
You want some beef or what?
Yo, what's your beef?
Come on, man. Okay, so you know what I just realized about that beef intro is whoever made that. I don't know who the person was, but did the
voiceovers are terrible,
or who wrote that. But actually, I don't think anybody actually wrote it. I think they might have just kind of winged that one. But isn't the saying "I got a bone to pick with you"? And at the beginning of that, the person says, "Man, I got a beef to pick with you."
Well, the person who did it is not that smart.
I heard that how many times, and I didn't realize it until just the other day when I heard it again. I was like, "Did I really say that? I got a beef to pick." That's not even a saying. It's a bone to pick with you. You can have a beef with somebody or a bone to pick, but I've never heard anyone say, "I got a beef to pick with you," until I did it. Now it's a saying. It's legend. All that. Anyway, never mind. Okay, so my beef is this. It's these splash players. I am tired of the splash play guys who then everyone raves about and says how great they are, and it's just exhausting. I like good players who are consistent, who consistently do their job and make the plays that are there for them. And maybe they make a splash play here and there. Maybe they don't, but there are guys you can count on. I want guys I can count on because those are the guys that win football games. Splash plays do not win football games very often. Occasionally, you might get one. But for consistent winning and overall, consistent players doing their job consistently are the ones that win football games. And that's who I want. And I'm tired of those guys not getting any attention and the splash guys getting attention. Just like Jair made a grab, held the guy, made a great catch. I'll give him that. He made a great catch, but it was actually holding or pass interference before the interception. He made the one play. And then it was like, oh my God, yeah, Jair, he's amazing. He's back. He's great. Whatever. He didn't do jack the rest of the game. He played with a little more energy at first, and then I saw the same thing. Guys running away from him wide open. He only got tough with Gallup. little wimpy Gallup. That was the guy he got tough with. It's annoying.
Well, Gallup was the only guy who was any good.
And then Corey Ballantyne came in and started making some tackles. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like Corey Ballantyne because he sticks his nose in there and makes tackles.
Yeah, but the defense gave up a lot more points when Corey Ballantyne was in there.
Oh, well, that must be because Jair wasn't in there. Oh, boy.
I don't know. That's what everybody's saying.
Oh, boy.
Let's not get to the defense yet.
All right, never mind. Sorry. But it's, he's an example. Parsons is an example. It drives me crazy.
Yes.
Zadarius Smith, when he was getting
Yeah.
Pro Bowls on the Packers, when he wasn't doing anything most of the game, like a bunch of these guys, like, give me a break. The majority of the plays, they don't do anything that's helpful.
Did you know that Jair Alexander is the alternate for the Pro Bowl this year?
What? How? He barely played.
I don't know, but he is.
Oh my God. He barely
So
played. Trash.
I wouldn't worry about the Pro Bowl. Who cares about the Pro Bowl?
I don't worry about that, but the All-Pro is at least supposedly voted by intelligent people who analyze football and live and breathe football. Well, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, Fred Warner was a unanimous All-Pro at inside linebacker, and we got to play him this week. So that's a concern. If you think All-Pro is legit.
Well, that's one thing about the 49ers defense that I have noticed recently. They're not as scary as they were a couple years ago. They're not as, they're still good. They're still solid, but they're not as, I don't know. They don't seem like they're flying around, making as big of hits, like really dominating games like they were a couple of years ago as much. I'm sure they're still good and Warner's still good and they got a bunch of good players yet, but I'm not quite as concerned. And I like, hopefully, that the young, dynamic, diverse Packers offense can maybe give them some fits. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, what's scary to me is this. When you watch back some things, you asked me to get the video for Romeo Doubs. I have Romeo Doubs 6 catches.
Okay.
And I want to take a look at him.
Yeah, because everyone was like, oh my gosh, Cowboys blowing all these coverages because Romeo Doubs is wide open. All these guys wide open. I'm like, how did they get so open? What were the Cowboys doing? I don't know. I wanted to take a look and see what they did. Well,
it's not pretty. And it's not something that we can count on Saturday night.
Come on, man.
The Cowboys sucked. The Cowboys were terrible.
The Cowboys were top 5 defense where their defensive coordinator's got like 5 head coaching interviews. What are you talking
but who's their defensive backs coach?
Al Harris. He's a genius. Isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's not a genius? Oh,
no.
Okay.
No. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready. You're
all right,
up.
We're going to watch all 6 of Romeo Doubs catches in succession.
Poor Romeo Doubs has a huge playoff game, beats down the Cowboys, and some people still can't say his name right. Come on.
Are they still calling him Dubs?
Yeah.
All right, so on this particular play,
let's see what
the Cowboys were known for playing man defense most of the year.
Right.
And for some reason, they played zone against the pack.
Ooh, smart.
And on this particular play, you're going to watch Christian Watson just go straight up the middle here, right? And because he's fast and he's Christian Watson, you got number 1, the very deep safety, and the 40 guy at about the 43-yard line at the top of the screen, and the middle linebacker, all go with Christian Watson. And you're going to watch Gilmore at 21, and the other corner, who's the guy who gets all the picks at the top of the screen here, who just kind of go back in their zones and sit there, which is what the Packers usually do.
Oh yeah, they're not covering anybody; they're just hanging out.
So take a look. Like this looks like the Packers defense, right? You got a corner at the top of the screen. Now the first down marker is the 40-yard line. Okay, but what's he looking at? Tucker Kraft at the 30-yard line. I guess that's what he's concerned about.
I guess.
And then Gilmore, I don't know what he's looking at. There's nobody. Why is he staying here? And Romeo Doubs is going across the middle, and Christian Watson is taking the inside linebacker with him. Like, this ball should be thrown now, but Love's not looking at it.
Oh, it gets more open now. Wow.
Because Gilmore just stands here. There's not a Packer anywhere near him. There's nobody in front of him. There's no reason for him to just be sitting here. He should be going with Romeo Doubs. But Love's not looking at Doubs. He doesn't even see him. He's looking over here at these guys, trying to get the first down. But the corner's kind of close to the first down marker, and the slot corner is sitting at the 40, right, waiting with the tight end. So he does want to throw that. And then at the last second, he sees Dobbs with nobody anywhere near him because all three of these guys at the top of the screen are going with Watson. And Gilmore's standing here looking like a Packer corner doing nothing. Now, does that mean Romeo Dobbs ran a great route? No. He just ran behind Christian Watson, who took the top off, and Gilmore didn't go with him.
It looks like Gilmore's pointing at him, though, like, hey.
Oh, yeah. He's like, hey, somebody cover him. How about you? I mean, it's just dumb. But we'll take it. I doubt the 49ers are going to be that dumb.
Isn't that the genius of some coaches and teams, though? They're like, this is what we always do. So let's do completely the opposite here for this game. We'll surprise them. We'll really, what? Your guys don't know how to do that. It's just people that are used to playing man then are really bad at playing zone because they do that. They just think they got to stay in their zone. Wow, Josh Myers hanging there, buddy. Anyway, long enough.
Zach Tom really took care of freaking Micah Parsons on this play. Let's watch that back. Now, I don't know if it's holding or what it is, but just watch Zach Tom here against Micah Parsons, one-on-one.
All world.
He's trying to bull rush him, I guess. I don't know why.
And he just took him where he wanted to go. And then he's like, yeah, go on the ground. Then he got tripped up. But hey, man.
We'll take it.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
And Gilmore's looking around like, what are you looking around for? That's your guy.
But it is also it also shows you the value of the speed guy stretching the field and the attention that can generate.
Right. Like when three guys went with him.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought the linebacker was supposed to be there, but the linebacker went with Christian Watson. Okay, now on this play, here, I'm going to rewind a little bit. I want to show you Bo Melton again. Bo Melton, whenever he has a deep route, he just puts his head down and just takes off. So, like when you're watching this play here,
he means business, man.
Look at him. He's right here. He's in the middle of the top three receivers. Look at his head's down. He's just going straight. Just looking at that, if I was two, I'd be like, crap. Like, I better get the heck out of here and go deep with him, right?
Yeah.
And that's what he does. And then you got Jaden Reed on the inside here. And he's going to take Gilmore back across this side. And then you got a couple guys here who are worried about the two tight ends on the bottom of the screen. Or no, tight end here, and then 27 is on the top of the screen. So I don't know what these two guys are doing. I don't know. The Cowboys are weird, man. They don't know what the hell they're doing half the time. What's going to happen is Bo Melton puts his head down and just like, I'm cruising. I'm going deep, right? Which forces two to be like worried about that. So he goes deep too. And because 27 is still here, he could come out in the flat. So this corner has to keep his eyes, because they're playing zone again, has to keep his eyes on the quarterback. So Dobbs is able to sneak right around behind him and go to the middle of the field, which is vacated because Reed took Gilmore with him across this way. And Bo Melton took number 2 out of here because he went just full speed as fast as he could up the field. His job is just clear everybody out. So if you look here, the top of the screen, this corner is not, he has no idea where Romeo Dobbs is. His eyes are on the quarterback, right? And Gilmore is worried about covering the slant here, which gives a wide open spot for our guy Romeo Dobbs to come across the middle. And then you got a nice little block here by Tucker Kraft at the bottom of the screen to give Love just enough time to move back in toward the pocket and throw pretty much to the same exact spot the last time where Romeo Dobbs caught it. Wide open in the middle of the field. Now, another thing that's really important here is some guys who have that quick route, right? If they're playing, they don't know. I think earlier in the year, or maybe a younger receiver might come across here as fast as he can, right? Where Dobbs knows it's zone, so he kind of just sits in the zone and waits for Love to see him, because he knows if he goes too far over, he might get into.
Yeah, he brings those other guys.
Yeah, because he might have gone a little faster, but he stayed with it. He stayed slow. He stayed in the zone to give Love a chance to get him the ball. But that play was made up because Bo Melton took it deep and Reed cleared out the middle, and Dobbs went right behind. And it's another thing where the Cowboys are terrible at zone. I don't know why they're playing zone. I'm glad they did, because they looked really terrible. And here's Tucker Kraft, who helps out. And Love waits till the very last second. Should be a I don't know how many times Love got hit late in this game, and they never called any freaking roughing the passers on him on the Cowboys. That was bullshit. A lot of roughing the passers should have been called.
Okay.
All right. So here's Romeo Doubs. This is the quick slant. This play is really good too. I like this. So Wicks comes in motion. When he does, you watch at the top of the screen here, or the bottom safety, who's lined up. He's right out about the 8-yard line. He's going to come down like maybe he's going to blitz or something. But when he does that, that leaves the space behind him wide open because the deep safety doesn't rotate it over enough because Wicks comes back again. And when that happens, Love notices, he sees right away. His job is to take a look at this guy right here. He came down. Is he going to go back again? If he goes back, then we throw it somewhere else, right? But what this safety does is he actually goes in the flat and covers the running back. And as soon as he makes a tiny move toward that, Love's arm is already ready to throw this ball. Right there. See? He's already cocked and ready because he saw this guy go to the flat. He wants to throw it right about at the 3-4 yard line. Romeo Doubs has already made his his break. This is an anticipation throw into this window to about the 5-yard line. And it's all because this safety came down and the Cowboys rotated to a deep safety. And the safety came down and covered the running back in the flat because there's 3 guys at the top of the screen that these 3 guys and this middle linebacker have to worry about. That's the other thing, is because Jaden Reed is coming across the middle of the field, 14 has to worry about Jaden Reed coming in, so he has his eyes on Jaden Reed and not on the quarterback. If he did have his eyes on the quarterback, he might have been able to break this pass up. So it's a combination of Reed coming across the middle, which freezes the inside linebacker, the running back going to the flat, which takes the safety there, which tells Love to throw it to the 5-yard line on this quick slant to Romeo Doubs for the first down. Perfect play, perfect pass. The defense had no answer. And it's utilizing the entire field. It's forcing one guy to make a mistake or one guy to freeze. 14 freezes for that little bit of a second. And that's enough time for Love to get that ball in there as soon as he sees that safety go to the flat. You see, as Wicks...
and this play attacked... No, keep the play going. This play attacked him really good, too, because the guy in the flat, which is Kraft, I think, was a good option, too, in case that wasn't there. So, in the right flat to Jordan Love's right. So, in case that was covered up. Let's see. And this real is quick, Ben. Quick, Ben. We got Lee popping in here, and I wanted you to be able to see this too. So we'll pull the video down for a second. We'll bring it back up.
Okay. Well, I can't see it, but
we got the JJ. Lee stopped in. Hey Lee, he says stopping in quick to say go Pack Go. Funeral stuff going on. Okay. We're sorry, Lee. Hopefully our sympathies to you. Yeah. Sorry, man. Sorry to hear that. Sorry for your loss. He does say, what a game, though. We could have put up 60 points if we wanted. Have a good one, guys. Thanks, Lee. We appreciate you. Good luck to you, sir. Lee.
And the key to this play is 14 not looking at Love. If he would have been looking at Love, he breaks his pass up. But because he's worried about Reed coming across the middle, 14 had a bad game. I don't know who he is. He's terrible.
Small. Like you said, they use him inside as like a small backer, and he's so small. But that's something I didn't watch the Cowboys all year. I didn't really notice. I didn't know.
I didn't either.
A lot. But that's what people said. Like everybody could run on him. Well, you can see why. Look how they play. Look at the personnel and the way they line up. You can't defend the run with those guys.
This is the beautiful play where Aaron Jones just beats the snot out of Micah Parsons.
I got to ask you, is it time for our oh yeah play? Because there were so many plays in this game. I don't know if I could pick
Dude,
one.
every play is an oh yeah play.
It was like so many awesome plays.
Every play was an oh yeah play. But on this one, this is the one where Romeo Doubs comes inside, goes back around again, and Aaron Jones smacks the crap out of Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons after plays holding his ribs like a whiny baby. It's awesome. So if you look at the top of your screen, because Reed comes in motion, he now becomes the outside receiver, right? And 33 is forced to go with him all the way to the outside. And Reed's got that full head of speed at full speed, right? At 4.3 yard, 40-yard dash. And he's just going to take this all the way up the seam as fast as he can. And when he does that, that takes 33 out of the play. Gallimore is out of the play, or whoever this guy is. I don't know who it is, whoever this corner is, who was the outside corner, but now he's no longer the outside corner because the safety has to go with Reed to go to the outside because they're playing man on this one. And Dobbs is going to cut to the inside and then cut back to the outside. And then down in the pocket here, it's Aaron Jones. Zach Tom gets beat to the inside by Micah Parsons. He sets up a little bit too far to the outside, and Parsons beats him to the inside. And then Aaron Jones picks up that blitz, which gives Love enough time to get this ball to Romeo Dobbs. As you see now, Love's getting ready to throw it. Aaron Jones got the good pocket here by picking up the blitz. And then Dobbs is on his move back to the outside. The guy who's covered him is totally schooled. And 33 has got his back to the quarterback and to Dobbs because he's so worried about Reed going deep on him. The only guy who's actually could make a play here is the guy who's covering, I think this is Bo Melton, in the middle of the field. But he's going full speed deep too, so there's no way he's going to get there to get a hold of Romeo. And now the ball's thrown. Romeo beat his guy with that crazy inside out cut. And it's another humongous play for the Pack. And that's some awesome stuff. Awesome blitz pickup. Awesome route by Romeo Dobbs. Attacking deep. I don't know with the 49ers pass rush, are we going to be able to do this stuff? Look at Zach Tom got beat to the inside right away. But luckily Aaron Jones is here. And he's here to help out, right? Hits him, smacks him hard in there. And then whoosh. Just beautiful stuff, man. I mean, the whole game, they utilized Reed in motion to mess with the defense. They utilized Bo Melton's speed to go vertical. And then they had Romeo Dobbs just run and find the empty hole 20 yards downfield over and over and over. And it was beautiful. Now here's a cool Aaron Jones run. I would put this in here because right there, this is the one play where Tucker Kraft doesn't quite get his block. Usually he does. But he doesn't. He misses 14. He gets him for a second, and then 14 gets off the block. And he has a clean shot at Aaron Jones. But Aaron Jones doesn't get tackled by 14. That guy stinks. And he gets the first down, which then sets up the very next play.
Oh.
Which is one of the best plays in the game. You see DeGuara coming in motion here.
Yep.
So this looks like it's probably a run. Play action. DeGuara misses a block.
Ooh.
Romeo Dobbs falls down. There's nobody anywhere around him. Because they're so worried about that running game. When you watch Romeo Dobbs' route on this, it's a crazy route. Here, I'm going to try to go backwards here a little bit.
Who's way downfield? Who is that?
Apparently it doesn't. That's probably Bo Melton. Wow, this is not wanting to go back for me today.
Huh.
All right, forget it. I guess we're just going straight.
We'll see who it is. Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed.
Dontavion.
Oh, yeah. Dontavion Wicks.
Dontavion Wicks.
They all run deep. God dang.
They just went deep all over him.
This is crazy.
But you're going to see DeGuara come in motion. And he's going to totally whiff on Micah Parsons. I don't know why they have DeGuara cover Micah Parsons on this. But it looks like the run. Look at all these guys. They're all going to the run. All going to the run. All going to the run. Aaron Jones on the run. And DeGuara is supposed to be the sole protector on Micah Parsons.
Huh. That is weird considering all the guys. Sheeds just standing around. Okay.
But
Jordan
he misses
Love has just enough time.
And Jordan Love holds it. At the last second,
Jesus.
gets smacked in the head. Should have been freaking roughing the passer. Didn't call it. And Romeo Dobbs with a killer. Another one of those cut it to the inside and then go back to the outside. Routes again. And these are long developing plays.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have to have really good protection for that to work. Or the play action, which just worked well because of how good the running game was going. Now, this is the touchdown. And what I really love about this, Romeo Doubs is in the middle here of the screen. He jukes with these two guys to try to get Tucker Kraft open. The play is supposed to go to Tucker Kraft. But both 14 and whoever this other guy is on the flat read it and go straight to Tucker Kraft. And then Dobbs just kind of backs up in an empty hole in the end zone. Nothing special. Because all these guys go with, 14 goes with, and now this guy's like, oh, crap. Because he's the only guy who's got his 14's terrible. He has no idea what's going on. But this guy knows, he sees it. And Love's got one chance, and he's got to throw it to the inside of Dobbs. So that's why when we watch it, you're like, wow, it's a terrible pass. No, it's not actually. Because of this one defender here at about the 1 yard line, he's got his eyes on Love, and hopefully Love must have seen it. So he's got to throw it way to the inside on Dobbs, and luckily Dobbs is able to, turn his body that way and makes the catch. Because that was almost tipped. Like there was zero room for error on that pass. When you watch that from this angle, just watch at the top of the screen or on the left part of the screen here. When you watch Dobbs come into the formation, he stops. He's supposed to try to make 14 freeze so that Kraft can get open. But see, here's the other thing I'll say from Micah Parsons. If this was a Packer defender, he would have went straight to Jordan Love.
Yep.
And then Kraft would have been open. Where Parsons read it and went back, and he just went with Kraft to cover him.
Right.
Which was super smart. Like the Packers never do this.
Yeah, that's true.
So I will say I'll give Parsons some credit on that. But you also have to give credit to Romeo Doubs here, who just kind of blends into the background and just kind of backs up into the end zone there and hides away.
He just
for that awesome touchdown. And it was real tight, but it was a great play. Yeah. And so you're talking a lot of this stuff was just Romeo Doubs finding the zone and sitting
right.
And guys taking the deep coverage. He wasn't spectacular, but you don't have to be a spectacular freak to win every freaking play.
Yeah.
You can just be a guy who's smart, right? And Love and Romeo Doubs have proven how smart they both are and how they're both making great plays the entire game. And the Cowboys, and all that, but the Packers' pass protection was very, very good for the most part. Even when they whiffed, then it showed you how good Love is when guys are beating down on him, how he can still kind of wait till the very last second and then throw it off his back foot and be very accurate, as opposed to Dak Prescott, who was terrible on off-platform throws. And just, Jordan Love is already way better than Dak Prescott. Already. Period. And this game just proved it. And I'll later on we'll show some video of the defense playing, and you'll see Dak Prescott throwing these off-platform throws, and yikes. You'll also see guys come wide open against the Packers defense, and he just doesn't see it. A lot of the same type of plays that I just showed you that the Packers and Jordan Love nailed, they were there, but because they have to try to throw the ball to CeeDee Lamb all the time, because he's the number one receiver.
Yeah, got to feed the number one receiver.
Packers just have a bunch of awesome dudes. Just throw to the open guy, and that's how you win.
I just don't get it. This NFL with the and how many times do we hear people talk about it? The number one receivers? And they're like, "Oh, he's the number one receiver, and you got to have a number one receiver, and you blah 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 blah." Blah. Like, why? Why do you want to be that predictable? Why do you want to make it that easy for your opponent to try to take away stuff you want to do? What? No, that it's I don't also, I get it. They're the most athletic receiver you have. They're the most reliable. They're your go-to guy. But these guys are all in the NFL. This is the highest level of professional football there is. All right. I don't care that the XFL and the USFL just formed leagues together. It's still not there, right? Anyway, point is, so these other dudes can play too, probably. So why do you want to do that? Why do you want to make it harder for yourself and easier for your opponent to say you're going to force feed some guy? It's just dumb. It's just dumb. And McCarthy leaned into it. They were like, we got to get the ball to CD, and Dak, we got to get the ball to CD. And we watched Rodgers force feed it to Devontae. And yeah, great. It made some, highlight plays, some big numbers for the two of them. But when it came against good teams, the good teams knew how to deal with it, and we got squashed. So
Wait a second.
This works way better. Throw it to whoever's open.
Yes.
Get a bunch of guys involved.
Zero is saying that 2020 draft vid has aged poorly. I'm assuming he's talking
Zero-
about our great
Yeah.
draft Jordan Love video that has
Zero
the most
shows
views.
up and throws a little snark.
Let me tell you a secret, Zero. Why don't you watch that video again and you tell me what happened on it? Did we say Jordan Love sucked? No. We said, why? Why would you draft a quarterback at the end of the round, at the end of the first round, when you just paid Aaron Rodgers and have him signed to a new contract for 3-4 more years? That's what we were upset about.
Right.
We even said, well, I got to trade Rodgers now. We got to trade. I mean, that was back when Jason loved Rodgers, and I even thought Rodgers was good before I had the All-22 and saw that he was a piece of crap doing whatever the hell he wanted instead of running the offense. And if you watch the history of our show over the last 3-4 years, you know that we have definitely given up on Aaron Rodgers a long time ago and wanted him traded after the 2021 season when we could have traded him for a haul from Denver instead of the little bit we got this year. So,
you know what, though?
That if you watch that video back again, it hasn't aged poorly because not once do we say Jordan Love stinks. Right. Not once do we say that they shouldn't have drafted him because he's a bad player or that he couldn't be a good player one time.
I didn't really know anything
we did
about
comment on how Brian Gutekunst said that he liked Jordan Love because he has the potential to be a pretty solid player in the NFL for years to come, which was a stupid freaking quote by him. Should have been. We drafted him because we think he can be, franchise quarterback of the future. That's what he should have said. He's got all the tools to be the man, and we think he can do it in a couple years, blah, blah, blah. That's not what he said.
Right.
But that video, never once are we saying Jordan Love stinks.
Right.
We just said, why? Because we didn't understand when you have a quarterback taking up all that cap space. You can't tell me there's not another, like even this year, in this year's draft, there's like 6 quarterbacks everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that the fact that Jordan Love sat for 3 years has helped him in his maturity on the field and his ability 100%. To see all those things and know what's going on and be a very smart player. But he still has issues.
Mm-hmm.
Throws off his back foot way too much, but he doesn't have to. Now, it helped him in this game because he was getting pressure a lot. And that's key, and that's good. He's got a decent arm, but his accuracy isn't all that great. So, I don't know. I'm just saying.
But sometimes if you can hang in there against the blitz, and when the team's bringing extra guys and there's fewer guys in coverage, you don't have to be that accurate. You just need to get the ball out there.
Right. Especially when they're as wide open as they were on Sunday.
Right. And he does that. And you look, I mean, Zero's trying to get in here. That's his first comment. We haven't heard from you in a while. Hey, Zero, hope you're doing good. I love I also think that I don't regret any of that stuff because we're always going to tell you what we think at the time with the information we have. And unlike some other people now, there have been some people who have been apologizing to Brian Gutekunst for their criticism of him. There are some people who have, backtracked on some of their stuff, and I'll give them some credit for things. But then there's other people, and that's my other beef kind of. There's other people in the national media because after following this game, I mean, we can all talk about how annoying it was that everybody just talked about how horrible the Cowboys were and the Cowboys collapsed and the Cowboys. Everybody's talking about how, even when they tried to say, well, we're going to have plenty of time to talk about the Cowboys issues, but let's give the Packers some credit. But then they still ended up tailoring their conversation to the Cowboys blowing it, the Cowboys not showing up. The Cowboys were so pathetic, blah, 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 blah. And I guess that's my other beef is just like all the people who aren't giving the Packers their due for what they just did. I mean, you said it was shocking, surprising. Jimmy Johnson was given Fox's halftime platform to basically give the Cowboys team a fire up speech, a halftime speech to get them fired up for the second half. And they broadcast that crap out. And did you see how worked up he was? Oh my God. He was like ready to just emotionally lose it there. I mean, they should have brought him into the Cowboys locker room because I'm sure McCarthy didn't say anything nearly that good. But I'm like, that's just classless nonsense. You're on a freaking professional national network. You're not supposed to be playing favorites and doing that crap, but they gave him the ability to do it, and he did it. Anyway, whatever. But I'm also, my other beef is, here's the thing. There are other people who say stuff, and then they've blown past their stuff, and that's in the past. They're not even going to address it. You and I, if we say stuff and we're wrong, we'll say it. But I remember Joy Taylor, and on their show, whatever show she was on, blah, 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 saying, how, well, the Packers are only relevant because of Aaron Rodgers being on the team. Once Aaron Rodgers is gone.
Yep. They said that this summer.
We're not going to talk about the Packers anymore. There's no reason to talk about them. They're not relevant. Colin Cowherd, same thing. Stephen A., same thing. All these big name yappers, same thing. Packers are only relevant because of Aaron Rodgers. You get rid of Aaron Rodgers, there's no reason to even talk about the Packers. Really? You know what makes you relevant? Winning games. You know what makes you relevant? Going into Dallas and knocking them off their high horse. That makes you relevant. And this team is relevant, and they should be getting some credit for what they just went and did, regardless of what happens in San Francisco this week. But I'm really hoping. Look, JJ's here, but he's changed his name again, Ben. Here, I got to show you. He says he shows up earlier, and he says, dang, he made so many comments, I can't even check them all down. Says, hey, guys, it's me, JJ. I changed my name again. Now he's OU812.
What the crap, JJ?
Are you in like some trouble with some governments or somebody? Like you got to keep changing your stuff here so they can't track you. I don't know what's going on, JJ.
Well, obviously he owes somebody $812. He owes you $812.
He says the Cowboys defense definitely made us look like Super Bowl team, and I hope that's the case. Why not, Ben? Why not sneak in as a 7 seed, beat the Cowboys, beat the 49ers, go and beat the Lions? Let's go to the Super. That's kind of, I'm getting greedy now. After they did this, I'm getting greedy and I want all of it. I want like 2010 all over again, except even better than that, because there were expectations that season where there weren't any this season.
Well, I'll say this.
But man, come on.
Aaron Rodgers' rookie year, the Packers were coming off of a NFC Championship game loss at home.
Right?
That wasn't a bunch of young guys on that team. And they only won 6 games. This team is coming off an 8-9 season where their Hall of Fame quarterback's last pass was a pick, just like the last time. Except this time the quarterback comes in, does pretty good, then plays like garbage. The receivers played like garbage. We're dropping passes, running wrong routes. We went quarters apart, like the whole first half, and scoring 3 points in that first half. Couldn't even get a first down half a time in October. It was terrible. But somehow it's come around. I hate to say it, but I think Musgrave getting hurt might have been one of the best things to happen to the Packers. Because it showed that Tucker Kraft is a better all-around player. And Tucker Kraft has really, really gone on to become, I think, a key part of this offense. He picks up so many blitzes and picks up stuff like he does a lot of dirty work, and he can catch and run with the ball.
Did you know that Sam Laporta is a second-team All-Pro?
Well, he gets a lot of passes thrown his way.
Who's better, Sam Laporta or Tucker Kraft?
Tucker Kraft's a better tight end.
Yeah.
Sam Laporta's a better receiver. Tucker Kraft
I don't even know that. I don't even know that.
He's a little faster. He's a little smoother. I liked Sam Laporta, his ability. He was smooth. Like if they would have drafted Laporta and Kraft, I'd be okay with it. They drafted Musgrave and Kraft. I mean, I thought they were going to do Musgrave and
I'm sorry,
Washington.
Tucker Kraft getting
anyways, what I'm saying
was awesome.
That was I think Musgrave getting hurt helped the team develop. I think Aaron Jones not being able to play, saving him for now, has been a godsend, because now he's come on there and he's ripping it up and tearing people a new one. And it's just crazy. And those are some key things that you got to look at the coaching and say, hey, Matt LaFleur needs some damn credit, which I was giving him no credit for. I thought this guy's lost a team. I said it in October. I was wrong.
Yeah.
They believed in him. I don't know how. He started throwing guys under the bus. It was the first time we'd ever heard Matt LaFleur at a press conference go at, like, say his players are doing stupid shit and running the wrong routes and missing stuff up and bad communication on defense. And we heard that a couple times before, but he was throwing dudes under the bus, the players. So maybe the players don't watch the coaches' press conferences. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not.
But something happened, and the guys started believing, and they started playing together. And now we have this team that's, man, and Christian Watson being hurt, maybe that helped too. That helped us find Dahavian Wicks. It helped us feature Jaden Reed. And then just when you thought, we said it, I thought Romeo Dobbs is a forgotten guy. I said it last week.
Yeah.
And he comes out and finds the hole. He's just smart. There's a place for guys who are just smart too.
Yep.
So this offense has really made a huge difference. But against the 49ers, it's a different animal.
I get it.
They're not the same. The Cowboys are passive and wussy. The 49ers are aggressive and crazy. And not only that, the 49ers love to disguise stuff and then change what they're doing. They don't just line up and do what they do.
Right.
And that's something that really tricked Aaron Rodgers in the NFC champ. That wasn't even the NFC Championship game. The home playoff game that we lost in 2021 season, where Rodgers was fooled. The 49ers fooled him multiple times over and over and over and over and over. And because they'd line up one way and then right before the ball snapped, because of course you waited till 1 second left on the play clock before you snapped it. And the 49ers all knew that. We don't do that anymore. Now we actually sometimes they run up to the freaking line of scrimmage from the huddle and you're like, whoa. And then they get to snap and they go. And it's like, what? I mean,
and a lot more under center, a lot more using the play action, running the offense that is there. And I think Jordan Love is fine with the two options. Remember how Rodgers was like, I'm smarter than all that. I don't need just two options. I need all the options. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to go to guys and be like, what pattern you want to run here? What do you want to do on this next play? In the huddle, we'll just say stuff like that. Jordan Love Matt LaFleur says he builds in two options on every play, right? If you get this look, check to this other option, automatic. You can do a few other things, fine. But for the most part, it's like, hey, we got a couple options here for you. Pick one that's going to work best. And Jordan Love is fine doing that. And then everybody knows what they're doing. And then it works better. And look, you mentioned about Love. I mean, does a guy come into the league and have a full grasp of the offense and know all this sort of stuff? No. So the benefit of him being able to fully learn the offense, fully learn Matt LaFleur's offense, and maybe let Matt LaFleur was telling him this whole time. We have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. Maybe Matt LaFleur was telling him this whole time with all this stuff going on with Rodgers, like, hey, look, we're going to move on to you at some point. When we do, this is what we're going to do, right? This sort of stuff that Aaron does, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to run the offense. So really learn the offense, okay? Give him those tips. Kids embraced it. He's also picked up on stuff he can do, right? To say like, hey, I see what they're doing here. Let's pull in an extra guy to help block. Let's switch this route to this because I know I can see where the pressure's coming from. I mean, all that stuff is something that most guys coming in right away aren't going to know how to do. And there is this thing in the NFL, throw the quarterbacks out there right away with a bad O-line and not know what the hell they're doing. And they look like garbage and they're out of the league.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the way the Packers do it, even though it can be a little frustrating and you don't get the benefit of all those cheap years of your quarterback, maybe it's the right way to do it. I don't know. It looks pretty good so far.
Well, what's interesting is JJ switched his name to OU 812 because of Van Halen.
Oh, okay.
Apparently that's one of their albums. That was the David Lee Roth album. And the David Lee Roth albums are a little crazier. Songs aren't quite as good, to be quite honest. And it's a little more Aaron Rodgers style. I'm a Sammy Hagar Van Halen guy. I like the Sammy Hagar sounds better, which is a little more, the songwriting was much better. And it's more Jordan Love-like. Jordan Love is more Van Hagar than it is, Diamond Dave. Now, Diamond Dave, he's a gigolo and all that. That was pretty good. Just Gigolo. And Hot Dog and a Shake, his solo album. Skyscraper. That was pretty good. Hot Dog and a Shake.
Hot Dog and a Shake is great.
This must be just like living in paradise.
use that one for the hit. The rest of that album is not good. Come on.
Hot
let's be
dog in
real.
a shake.
Hot Dog and a Shake is a classic
It's
song.
what you're hungry for.
It's a great song. It's a great song. Well, David Lee Roth, he had his place in the world. Probably
Hey.
still. He's all right. Let's see. Zero Series says, I was scheduled to work while the game occurred. What? Just like Ben? My boss had the nerve to ask me why I didn't see the game.
I had to
What
work.
kind of trash is that?
You want to hear something else that sucks? I hate to say this because my daughter's here, but Saturday night, my daughter has a jazz band concert.
Oh,
and she's got a big solo. She's singing with the jazz band.
singing with the jazz band.
So I'm going to be going to that concert,
You got to go.
and I'm going to miss the Packers.
That's dad stuff. You can't. Dad stuff has to take precedence on that.
But I'd rather see her sing. So I'll have to
Yeah.
watch the game again later. So hopefully they win. But I don't know what to do. Should I not worry about not pay attention to any of the game
Don't worry about it.
and then
Don't
just
worry
watch
about
it later?
I'll blow you up. I'll be texting you while you're at the concert.
Yeah, I know. You guys always constantly texting me all the time. And that's the problem. You and Bruce and Eckes, I'm going to have to shut my dang phone off. But I need it, the recorder. And you guys are going to keep texting me all the damn time. So I need you to not text me. Or not text. I have to leave the text thread or whatever.
Yeah, you might have to.
Dang
But
it!
Look, that's your boss. When your boss doesn't understand, it's a Packers playoff game. Like,
Yeah, I
what the
know.
hell is wrong with those bosses?
Like I showed up at work
Get
on
over it.
Sunday night, and he was like, they're all like, Ben, how you doing? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. We're up by a bunch of points, thank God. But I'm missing the fourth quarter right now. So
That's why they let him back in the game, because you stopped watching.
Well, I listened. I was listening to it.
Oh.
I was listening to Cheesehead TV guys do it on YouTube, and they were getting mad.
Oh man. Well, yeah, come on now. It was
They were.
ridiculous, but whatever. Hey, OU 812 says ex Badger Ferguson is pretty good. That's pretty much all Dak really had there was throw the ball to him in the middle and
You
go
know
up and
what?
get it.
He should have been looking to him more often than he did.
I believe it. He goes up and gets the ball. He's good. Barry Alvarez grandkid or whatever, he's pretty goddamn good. God dang it.
Yeah, well.
He likes Hagar also. Okay. And then he points out
That's good.
that love shovels snow, helps a woman who's stuck in the snowbank. Gotta appreciate that. I don't think Aaron ever did that. Yeah, probably not. All right, wide receiver 1. Do we have a number 1 wide receiver, Ben, on this team?
No.
But the Cowboys do, and they got to
The
throw
Cowboys do, or they think they do. Let's take a look at their wide receiver 1. Okay, well, this doesn't look that great, but this is that first third down where he drops it, hits him in the hands, and he drops it. It's not a perfect pass, but what we want to do is you want to watch why was it not perfect? Was it because Dak Prescott sucks, or was there other reasons? And we're going to watch and find out just what happens. So, if you look here, Kenny Clark takes the inside track. Rashawn Gary does an outside move. When this play started, Rashawn Gary was lined up next to Preston Smith, with Kenny Clark lined up here, and then just Brooks on the outside over here all by himself. So this was set up to be a stunt for Gary to get pressure on Dak Prescott right up the gut. And you look here, Quay Walker got the inside on CeeDee Lamb, and he's fast enough to stay with him. So not only does Dak have to throw it a little more to the inside because Quay Walker's here, he's got Rashawn Gary beaten straight down at him, so he's got to throw it over the top of Gary and to the inside of Quay Walker. And that's why the pass is a little bit high and a little bit to the inside. But you're going to see it hits.
Can you go back to the beginning real quick?
Sure.
It's subtle, but it's pretty cool. Watch Carl Brooks, 94. So he's between right guard and right tackle right here. And watch what he does just to occupy both those guys. And at first you're like, what the hell is he doing? He's just like touching them. But watch what he does. He occupies that right guard or that left guard.
Yeah.
And then because of that guy doesn't get over there to get Rashawn Gary's way, which is pretty awesome.
And no one's going to talk about him doing that. And no one's going to care. Right? But that is the key thing to this.
Mhm.
Brooks doing that takes away 2 offensive linemen,
Yep.
which gives Gary the option to cut straight down the middle and has that giant open seam.
Because normally, if he just attacked one of those guys, there's no reason why they would both stick with him. But because he started out like touching both of them and going at both of them, they went with him and ignored Rashawn Gary coming around.
Now
Beautiful.
it hit CeeDee Lamb in the hands, and he dropped it.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many drops did the Packers receivers have?
In this game,
Yeah.
I don't think they had any.
Oh, but it's Dallas with the number 1 receiver who's got so
Number
many
1.
yards and so many catches.
Pay him big bucks. They're getting ready to pay him a lot of money too.
Now he's at the bottom of the screen. Good old CeeDee Lamb. And I guess my thing's going to be covering him up here, but look here at the top of the screen. If Dak had any brains in his head and he wasn't constantly looking to try to throw to his number 1 guy, you'd have 13 come across the middle here for an easy completion. Or, well, no.
The guy at the 50 here too.
No, yeah, but you got Savage is beaten down on it. That would be a dumb throw. But this one would be okay because Owens is going deep. There's no way he'd be able to make it there. And Quay Walker his inertia is moving him toward the bottom of the screen. And for some reason, the ball's not even thrown, or maybe the ball is thrown. Is the ball thrown already? Maybe it is.
Yep. On its
Okay.
way. Just slow.
Campbell's trying to jump up in the air. Well, it's slow because they got to have speed.
No, but it's also slow.
Totally whips. Goes right through his hands.
It's also
The great
slow
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. He's so great.
He's so great. Number 1 receiver. That's all we heard all week. Packers don't have a number 1 receiver. But we got to look out for Dak and CeeDee Lamb.
And also, Jair was barely on him in this game for all the people that are wondering about that.
Totally hits him in the hands.
He was lined up in the slot quite a bit, and Keyshawn covered him a number of times.
Now this play I like. So it looks like it might be man coverage. It's kind of weird. It looks like it might be man coverage because Campbell goes in motion with him here. See, Campbell's going in motion with CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
Now it's not man, it's zone. Right? Because you got 1, 2, 3. It's a 4 deep zone with 3 guys underneath. And Dak is going back, and he wants to throw here to CeeDee Lamb. He's got Keyshawn Nixon covering him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a miscommunication. Dak throws it to the outside. CeeDee Lamb doesn't catch the ball or try to catch the ball. He just kind of slacks it and whacks it.
Cowboy style. Slacker whacker.
And that's your 3rd down play. And they got a punt. So do you need a number 1 receiver that you're trying to throw the ball to? Apparently he had 17 targets in this game. Or 16 or 17 targets. Jordan Love only completed 16 balls. Can you imagine if he would have tried to throw to the same guy over and over and over all 16 times? Oh, yeah, we had a guy who did that once. His name was Aaron Rodgers, and the other guy was Devontae Adams.
Jordan Love tried to do that his very first start. Remember, it didn't go well.
Yeah, and then it wasn't until the 4th quarter when he started just throwing to the open guy, and then they actually scored a touchdown against the Chiefs. I know.
Right, tried to force feed it to Devontae. What do you have, like 14 targets in that game, and for like 5 catches for 30-some yards or something dumb like that? Terrible.
Yeah.
Force feeding a guy is not good.
No. They had such a hard time getting the ball to CeeDee Lamb that they even ran a running play to CeeDee Lamb right here on this play.
What the hell happened? Hold on, before you go any further. What happened to JJ? What happened to not JJ McQuaid? What happened to JJ Enigbare? Kingsley?
He pulled his ACL or
horse.
Yeah. But on this play, you're going to watch 63 come up here.
That's a big loss. They're going to have to. Venice is going to have to step up.
I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay. Cox will be okay.
All right, Cox. Yeah, that's right.
But people 63 center's going to come up. Quay Walker is going to come in, just beat him, and then make the play. And Van Ness, watch the hustle of Van Ness coming all the way across too.
He does hustle. I'll give him that.
So CeeDee Lamb, they're giving him a running play because they can't complete a pass to him. And the center just overshoots. Walker just shoves him off and makes a tackle. And then Van Ness is way over here, but he ends up coming over to help make the tackle. So that just shows you how discombobulated the Cowboys were.
Mm.
And CeeDee Lamb was whining so much, they're like, okay, fine, we'll give you a handoff just to shut your butt up, right? Now, the very next play is the Jair pick. So Jair's at the bottom of the screen. The Cowboys go in motion. So they're setting up this type of thing where you got 3 guys coming out, but the Packers are picking it up really well. Keyshawn's taking the inside guy, even though he was lined up on the outside at the time. But they did a good job of switching this up, the 3 corners. Keyshawn takes the inside guy. Jair's going to take the outside guy. Valentine's going to take CeeDee Lamb, who looks like he's in the middle here. So what Dak Prescott sees is CeeDee Lamb getting covered here by Valentine. He's not even looking to the other side of the field at all. And for some reason, even though Jair's got inside position on the wide receiver, Dak's going to try to throw it to the inside. And yeah, Jair's grabbing him to hold him a little bit. But that was a dumb play. Jair had inside position. That was a stupid pass. Dumb quarterback move. I mean, he should never threw that ball. He should have threw to CeeDee Lamb on the outside because Valentine, because that route would go to the outside and Valentine had inside position on him. And there wasn't a whole lot of pressure on him there.
Man, Carl Brooks is occupying 2 guys though again.
Well, nobody's worried about Kenny Clark.
Carl Brooks, give him some cred. Damn.
Now we're going to watch Packers D again.
How has Carl Brooks emerged into being like this force? I mean,
he's smart. He's smart and he does his assignments.
And then when you look at him, he's not like overly athletic. He's not overly fast. He's not overly big. He's just really solid at a bunch of stuff. And like you say, smart and damn, I mean, all right, cool.
Now here's a play, very similar. CeeDee Lamb goes in motion and you're going to watch Campbell go in motion with him, right? And you look here, Jair is now talking to Owens on the backside, communicating about something. Probably because they see CD coming in motion. Because it would look like maybe Campbell. No, Campbell's looking back at Owens, so they all have they all know what's going on. Now, this could be an easy pass. Jordan Love would throw this right here to CeeDee Lamb. Dak Prescott won't throw it. And you got inside right here, you got 3 guys covering the tight end, Ferguson. And number 3 is going to come in motion across this way. And Dak has already got his eyes off of it, which is dumb. Because look at Ferguson up the top of the screen. Because Jair jumped CeeDee Lamb.
This is
Ferguson's
open. Wide open.
Wide open. Doesn't look, he took his eyes off it. And for some reason, he tries to escape to the bottom of the screen when every receiver is running the other way.
Right? There's nobody there.
And there's nobody here. And then here's the best part I love about this play is because you've got both linebackers here covering 3, and they're in the way of what Dak can see as far as and you got 2 guys behind. Keyshawn knows there's no other receivers down here, and he takes off after Dak Prescott, after he knows there's nobody to cover. So he just goes straight for Dak. And Dak's got nowhere to throw the ball. And it's a sack for Keyshawn. Now,
that's the difference. That's
right.
That's a huge difference between him and a bunch of other guys. A bunch of other guys still maintain the area, even there's nobody around them to actually cover. And Keyshawn's aware enough and smart enough to be like, there's nobody out here. Why would I occupy this space? Let me go make the play. Let me go tackle the quarterback.
The thing that's really interesting is this. If this was Jordan Love, let's just compare Dak to Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
So Jordan Love, the first read is your outside receiver here, right? He doesn't want to throw it because he sees Jair. He already threw a pick to Jair already in this game, so he's worried about that, right? So that's why he's freaking out. He's not doing it. But that pass is there. But he's not doing it. And as soon as... Now, Love, instead of trying to run... there's no reason to try to escape this pocket.
Yeah, just hang in there and throw
Hang in there,
first.
and if he would keep his eyes downfield, he would see the passes here. Jordan Love would throw this ball here. He totally would. He might do it off his back foot. He'd wait a little bit longer. And we saw from when we watched the Jordan Love plays how many times he sat in the pocket, sat in the pocket, sat in the pocket. Dak is escaping when there is no pressure on him. It's just dumb. There's nobody even getting any pressure. Why is he trying to run away? And he runs to the bottom of the screen where there's nobody there to throw to. So it's showing you the difference about how Jordan Love is. He's just smart. He understands what's going on around him. He's trusting his offensive linemen, and they're not getting sacks. Like the opposing team is not getting sacks on us. So that's good. And Dak is taking off and freaking out. He's getting off his reads. He's worried about pressure when it's not even there. I mean, yeah, Kenny Clark flashes, but he should know Kenny Clark can't catch you. And he pretty much walks himself into a sack when he should have just sat in the pocket and threw the open guy at tight end at the outside of the screen, right? All right, so now we got another play. This is the interception. And I didn't show, it's the same type of thing where CeeDee Lamb goes in motion again. So just like the last two plays we watched. Okay, what do you got to say?
I just heard that it was unimaginative play calling, that the Cowboys always do the same stuff, and that's why Savage read it and knew what to do.
No, that's not it at all. And
Okay.
I'll show you what, whoever said that is dumb.
Chris Sims said that.
Chris Sims doesn't know what he's talking about.
Damn it, Chris
So
Sims, you
what
watch
happened-
a lot of football. What the hell?
It's not Chris Sims. It's not the unimaginative. It's Dak Prescott staring down CeeDee Lamb the entire time.
Oh, okay.
It has nothing to do with the play calling. So on this play, you got tight end line up here on the top of the screen with Jair on him. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is telling him, oh, it's a zone. Right? Now, here's the thing that's cool. Campbell moves in motion when CeeDee Lamb moves in motion. So Campbell was lined up where Quay Walker is, and those two guys actually switched. So it looks like it's some kind of zone where they're worried about these three guys, and Campbell's going to be covering that inside zone, right?
Mhm.
What happens is Campbell blitzes. Quay Walker fakes the blitz and comes back out in coverage. And the Packers play with Owens, goes deep safety. Savage comes down and has to cover the slot receiver or the inside receiver, the number 3. Okay.
Are you saying we got to give Joe Barry some credit?
Yes, we
Is that
have
what
to
you're
give
saying?
Joe Barry some credit. This is not,
JB?
yes, this is not unimaginative offense. This is creative defense by Joe Barry.
What
It's beautiful. This is my oh yeah play of the game.
holy moly, Joe Barry, what the
Joe
hell's going on?
Barry, yes.
Oh yeah.
Watch what happens, and we'll see from the other screen. We'll watch these two guys switch on it shows from the other angle. But you're going to see Campbell is going to jump the gun. So it looks like he's playing zone. See, look at Quay Walker. Look how he's up here real close, right? And Campbell's back a little bit further, right? Campbell looks like Quay Walker down here, number 7, looks like he's going to blitz, but he's going to back out. Campbell's going to blitz. Savage is going to come down and take man coverage on this number 3. See, there goes Campbell.
Mm.
He's going on the blitz. Savage is coming down on this slot, or the number 3. Dak is staring down CeeDee Lamb. When he sees Campbell blitz, he's like, "Ooh, I got a clean shot here," because last time he looked, he saw Savage way back here at the 25-yard line. But because Savage came down for man coverage on the inside guy, number 1. Number 2, the inside guy, his route is kind of a slackadaisical one. He's not cutting it to the inside that much, which makes Savage not have to go up with them. And Savage is watching the eyes of Dak Prescott. He does not move until the ball is thrown. He comes down to cover the receiver. But Dak's already... Now the ball is thrown. And Savage reads the ball being thrown. And because this receiver did not take a very hard angle and run that hard, Savage is practically there already.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's because we tricked them with the blitz from Campbell. Savage coming down to cover this number 3. Reads the quarterback's eyes, who stared at CeeDee Lamb the whole time. Savage jumps it. Takes it back for a touchdown. Genius. Awesome defensive play call by Joe Barry. Great read by Savage, who I would never say that about ever in my life, but it was a great read. He's supposed to be playing man coverage, but because he kept his eye on the quarterback, he was able to read where the ball was going and get an easy pick 6. Now, was that unimaginative offense? No. It was the quarterback staring down the receiver and Joe Barry with some creative defense. Look at where Campbell is lined up here.
Yeah.
And look at where Quay Walker is. And as soon as Dak sees Campbell go with him in this way, he's going to think, oh, that's man. Or it's some kind of like shading coverage or whatever, right? So these two guys switch spots.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if Campbell was always, and now when this happens, I'm assuming the two safeties must have to switch their spots, right?
Yeah.
Because if Campbell was on this side and there was three receivers on this side and he was supposed to blitz, that would mean that Owens would have to come down, right? And Savage would be the guy going deep. But because these two guys switched, Campbell's coming on the blitz. Savage has to cover that inside number 3 because with Campbell blitzing, there's nobody left, and Owens has to go deep. And we didn't see anybody communicating or talking about it or nothing. Yet they did it right. It's awesome. Wow. This is an awesome defensive play. Great play call. Look at Quay Walker. Look at him sneaking up there, sneaking up there.
And he comes up there to the side where there's no receiver, right? So he's really showing them like, I'm going to come. I'm coming here.
Yep. And look at Dak never even sees Savage.
Yeah. Because he's
not even looking at him.
Right.
And look at, as soon as Savage is already cutting to the inside, when his hand gets cocked, because his eyes are looking straight at CD, the ball should be thrown here.
Right. He's just looking at if he throws to the inside guy, you got a problem.
Yeah.
But
because Savage jumps it. Dak sucks.
I'm throwing to my guy.
Dak sucks. Awesome defensive play call with trickeration. Guys moving after the snap, changing up what their assignment was. It looked like originally, this is what the Packers are going to see with the 49ers doing to them. Hopefully Jordan Love will be way smarter than Dak Prescott was. But what an awesome play.
You gotta give Joe Barry some credit. Holy crap. What the heck is people saying here?
It's getting crazy. Joe Barry is doing some cool
DC,
stuff.
Like he did in the first half, he would be a great DC, but the second half, laid an egg again.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
The second half, they were playing prevent.
And why? Why would you? Why? When things are working well?
Lead.
I don't care.
Force them. Now, what the problem was, they didn't force them they didn't tackle them in bounds. They were getting out of bounds. They were giving up big plays. That was bad. If you're going to play prevent, you got to at least tackle them in bounds. Don't let them get stoppage of the clock, and don't let them freaking get big plays on you. So
I just don't understand playing, switching what's working that much and playing super soft. It's just dumb.
So this is a pretty awesome play here, but it's also a little bit of a concern. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, you got Jair, Nixon, and I think it's Savage, and they're covering two receivers on the bottom of your screen. Top of the screen, you got Owens, Campbell, and Valentine covering two receivers on the top of the screen. One of them's a tight end. And then Quay Walker kind of sitting in the middle looking at Pollard coming across. And we got 4 guys on a pass rush. What happens here is Ferguson gets dropped by Campbell, and he's wide open in the middle of the end zone, and Dak totally whiffs and misses him. He doesn't throw it. He just doesn't see it. So Campbell goes way too far to the inside. Ferguson's coming across here, right in where the W is, and the Cowboys. He's going to be wide open. Dak, once again, takes off when he probably didn't have to, but there is some pressure coming at him. And Kenny Clark, for some reason, is facing the wrong way. I don't know what Kenny Clark's doing over here, but that's the point. And Dak's going to try to throw this ball on the run. Now, Jordan Love would be able to gather himself and probably hit the tight end. I don't know if Brock Purdy has that ability, but if this is George Kittle coming across like this, I'd be scared. And you see here, Ferguson's got his arm up. He's like, dude, I'm open, right? We're getting a little bit of pressure on Dak here. So Dak's going to try to throw it to Pollard instead, even though Quay Walker's right there, and so is Keyshawn Nixon. So it's kind of dumb. He should be throwing it to the W, the wide open Ferguson, but I don't think he has the ability to do it. I don't think Dak has that throwing ability. So he throws this weird, crappy pass that's just not even anything. Just ugly.
Sad.
It's really sad. Dak's throwing ability is not very good.
They're looking at paying him $60 million, man.
I wouldn't pay him jack squat. He can't find the open guy. He stares down his receivers. I mean, how long has this guy been in the league and he's still doing this stuff?
I mean, he almost looked better his rookie season against the Packers in the playoffs than he does now, which is weird to think, but that's terrible. What the hell is that?
It's not good. Dak did not play well.
Yeah.
So there were open guys.
I mean, you give him credit. He said that too after the game. He didn't make excuses. He said he sucked. He was bad. He was terrible. He's put himself out there. If McCarthy is going to be fired, he should probably be, looked at too. Same thing. So, but it doesn't work the same way for players. Easier to get rid of coaches than players.
Yeah. And now this is one, it's like 4th down or something, or 3rd down. I don't know what it is. The first down is the 6-yard line, and this is like a Packer play Matt LaFleur used to call, we complain about. 13's running a 4-yard route. The 18 or 88 is running a 4-yard route. This guy stopped at the 10-yard line. The first down marker is the 6. What are these guys all stopping down here for? Now, maybe it's to freeze these 2 guys so 3 can come across the middle, but we got a single high safety here who's ready to take that away. If you look at the top of the screen, Valentine's got his eyes on the quarterback who's not even looking over there, and he's covering this guy really well. There's nowhere for Dak to throw this ball to get a first down. Maybe here, but we do have a safety back there and these 2 linebackers who can get in the way. But what happens is Preston Smith gets his hand up and knocks the pass down, which is awesome. And he's going to come in on a blitz. So you're going to see a stunt with our Brian Brooks going to go to the outside. Preston's going to come to the inside on a stunt. This is Joe Barry calling a stunt. Look at Brooks. He immediately cuts to the inside. Preston is slow playing this, and he's going to cut right back to the inside.
Yep, Carl Brooks.
And then he gets his hand up. Boom. Now, Carl Brooks get credit for that? Nope. But he's the guy who set up that freaking play so that Smith can get to the inside and get that knockdown.
Damn, look at him attack those 2 guys right away. Not get anywhere, but he attacked them both.
Well,
and he held his ground the whole time on that
and
and forced Dak to go somewhere else.
That's right.
Good.
There's no escape for the quarterback. Brooks had a really good game. It's not going to show up on the stat sheet, but it's going to show up on the tape. You can see he made a lot of good plays. And look at that terrible pass. Look at that awful off-platform pass by Dak Prescott. Look how ugly that looking is.
It's really bad.
Good God. When you watch this compared to the Jordan Love off-platform passes, look at this.
Yeah.
That is the ugliest looking thing I've ever seen. Good God, is that ugly. If I was a Cowboys fan, I'd be like, please get us a new quarterback. This guy sucks.
Get us Justin Fields.
Well, they've got Trey Lance, right? They got him on. I don't know if he's any good.
Yeah, they do. They do. I don't know if he's any good either, but they got him.
And this is the very next play, and we have a blitz coming up the middle. And Dak freaks out and just overshots it. This is 4th down, and that's that was pretty much the end of the game.
That's a great call. I love it. Force him to make a quick decision on that. Do it.
And that pass wasn't even anywhere near the receiver.
No, he was like, I just got to get rid of it. So he just chucked it up there and hoped this guy.
And Owens, who hasn't, and Owens hasn't blitzed all year, I don't think.
Right.
But he's lined up over here.
He's coming.
And there he goes, right down the middle.
Back can't get there.
Forces that terrible pass.
Terrible.
So, what did we see here on this tape? These were all plays that were either 3rd down stops or 4th down stops in the game that ended drives for the Cowboys. A lot of them were, or they were picks. And we saw some cool plays. We saw some trickeration. We saw guys lined up one way, and then after this ball snapped, they went someplace else.
You're going to have to credit Joe Barry.
You might have to credit Joe Barry a little bit here, folks.
God,
now,
dang it.
And what this proves to us is this. Earlier in the year, Matt LaFleur said that it was problems with communication on the defense. Maybe what they're doing is they're making it simpler, or they're making, if you noticed, it wasn't the corners who were switching up. The corners were pretty much staying to the outsides where they normally are. But the safeties and the linebackers were switching their assignments and moving and jumping and switching what they were doing. So maybe they were asking the wrong guys to switch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's smarter in coverage to work with, the safeties and the linebackers to be able to switch here and make plays and keep the corners where they are and just mess up the middle of the field. And as we all know, the 49ers love throwing the ball in the middle of the field. At least they did with Jimmy Garoppolo. I know Brock Purdy's got a little bit better arm and can throw it to the outside a little bit better too. And don't be worried. I know Brock Purdy's a white guy, but he can still move.
Right.
I think he's got a little bit more athletic than Jordan Love is as far as like getting out of the pocket and moving the chains that way. He can move when a play breaks down as well. And he's very good throwing the ball off platform.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a totally different system. It'll be a much better system on offense. Guys will be getting open because they'll be schemed open. The core will be able to throw off platform. So we're playing against a way better defense that's aggressive, more aggressive and better. We're playing against a way better offense and a way better quarterback with a hell of a lot more weapons. Because Purdy's not going to just spam one receiver the whole game. He's going to look at everybody. I mean, unless the guy's open, but he's got Ayuk and, what's his face? Debo and Juszczyk out of the backfield and frickin' what's his face? George Kittle. I mean, they got guys coming out of their ears over there with be able to make, and then of course, Christian McCaffrey. How can I forget him? So you're talking monster playmakers with a smart quarterback and a good offense. Joe Barry needs to be doing more stuff like this, though. If they can switch some stuff up and force, maybe Brock Purdy thinks something's one way, and then a guy, like Savage, he comes in like that. That was a great play. It worked against Dak because Dak's dumb. I don't know if it's gonna work against the 49ers though.
I mean, one thing I like that I've seen the Packers do more than they weren't doing hardly at all for a bunch of games is they are running more stunts up front, more twists, more games with their defensive pass rush, which is good. And you can be a little bit more aggressive with that when you don't have a, game breaker running quarterback like, Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, whoever. Purdy is a little more mobile, but he's probably like, if he does sneak through there, he's probably not going to gash you for, a huge run. So you can take those chances. The one other thing that I'll say about those guys, and what the 49ers do and force you to do is they're going to force you to tackle.
Yeah.
So you need all hands on deck because Debo is going to get those quick screens. And if you don't want to tackle him, he's going to run for a bunch of yards. McCaffrey's tough to bring down. He's physical. Like Kittle's pretty tough. They're going to force you to tackle. So the corners need to tackle in this game.
Not only that, but Kittle, like in the blocking game, he will run over dudes. If they can't just pussyfoot around with him. Whoever he's on, whether it's a linebacker or a safety, they're going to have to fight through him to try to make a play. And our guys usually don't fight through anybody. So I don't know. I'm a little concerned. I'm hoping that. Have you heard anything about Isaiah McDuffie? Is he hurt? Is he back?
I don't know. I did like the fact that the Packers recognize his value and we're running, we're running with him on a lot of running downs, and then we're subbing in Campbell for passing downs early on until he got hurt. And then they had to go with Campbell, which was a little concerning. And I think to be honest, I think that was a bigger issue with the defense later
probably
than Jair, but whatever. But Isaiah McDuffie has value, and it seems like the coaches have figured that out. I hope he's back in time because we need him. He's a guy that tackles people, and we're going to tackle people in this game.
The only thing that was weird to me was when McDuffie got hurt. Nobody on the Packers defense went up to him.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
I thought that was very odd. So I don't know what's up with that. If maybe he's not a likable guy, or they don't like him, or I don't know.
Which would seem weird because he works his butt off.
Seems really weird. Yes, because he's awesome.
Plays physical and he plays with a lot of energy. I don't know why you wouldn't like him.
I don't. It's weird.
Who knows?
But then when Jair got hurt, freaking Matt LaFleur was on the field over by him.
Well, yeah, because Matt LaFleur's got to baby him and all this. And
I know, but I thought Quay Walker was standing right next to McDuffie when he got hurt, and he just kind of walked away. So I don't know what's up with that. It's a little weird to me. I thought I got a weird vibe from that when McDuffie got hurt.
He makes 100 times more than Isaiah McDuffie makes per year.
I know that, but I'm just saying it was a weird vibe I got. The way
I didn't notice that, to be honest. I was probably distracted, but look, we need McDuffie's tackling, so I hope he's back. Campbell, it was a noticeable difference, I mean, he's just not a physical linebacker, and the 49ers are going to make you tackle him. They might throw a bunch of balls behind the line of scrimmage and just say, tackle these guys. And if you tackle them, you get, you can stop them, get off the field. If you don't tackle them, they're going to get first downs and chew you up. That's what they do.
I think the best thing is for the secondary to play aggressive and beat up guys like Jair when he made that pick.
Mm-hmm.
Do that again. Do that against the 49ers. Don't let them catch the ball. Stop the ball from getting there first. Because I think if with the 49ers playmakers, if they catch it, we're in trouble. We're not going to be able to tackle them. Because we're not a good tackling team, and they're a great break the tackle team.
We have to be good enough tackling. And that means, who can tackle who do you trust to make a tackle on this defense if somebody's running? somewhere.
McDuffie.
McDuffie,
That's
maybe
it.
maybe Keyshawn Nixon,
Maybe Keyshawn
maybe
once in a
Jonathan
while.
Owens,
No.
Quay Walker at times.
No.
No,
Definitely not Savage.
Van Ness, if he can get there, he'll tackle
Rudy
him.
Ford, if he was out there, but he wasn't
Ford.
active this game. I don't know if he's still hurt or what.
So to me, that's probably the biggest concern and the biggest key to the game is how if the Packers can be aggressive and tackle. And what is the one thing we've seen over and over again that is the best way to shut down those damn quick pass plays is attack those plays. Don't be afraid of missing. You got to go and get it because if you sit back, they just chew you up. They just do what they want. And their blockers will get on you and then you're in trouble. So go and try to make the damn play. We have some players. We had some players who would do that. Hopefully we got enough left who will attack these plays and blow them up. You got to blow them up before they get started. That's the only way to defend those plays. So I don't know. Debo's a monster. I don't know.
Bottom line is this.
But again, what has it been? It's not about the defense. The offense is going to have to win this game again. Just like that's the case.
Well,
it's the weirdest thing. With everything that's been invested in the defense, we are talking about this offense of guys who are a bunch of guys who are in their early 20s are going to have to win the game. That's reality for the Packers team.
What I'm going to say is this last playoff win against Dallas was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I don't expect them to win against the 49ers. I really don't. I think they're a seasoned team with very good players all over the place on offense. They're special players, like a lot of special players when they get the balls in the hands. Like it's going to be tough. This defense is not known for stopping skilled players. Okay. And it's a great scheme. How they held them to like 10 points or whatever it was in that NFC playoff game 2 years ago at Lambeau in the cold, I'll never know. How we blew it on a special teams play, but the defense was unstoppable that game. Now, Jimmy Garoppolo sucks. That's probably why.
Yep.
Brock Purdy's a lot better. He just is. Yeah. And a lot of people don't want to give him any credit. Like I've heard a lot of crap talking about Brock Purdy over the last month, saying he's not worth it, and he's not a, because he had like 4 picks or 3 picks or something in the game the other day or a couple of weeks back or whatever. Yeah. So everybody's like, oh, he sucks. He's like, no, he doesn't suck. He suck. It's just, he's a young guy. If you can pressure him, he might do something dumb. If you show him something and then change it to something else, he might throw it to you. I mean, Dak Prescott's been around the league for 1,000,000 years and he did it. So we're going to need to be aggressive. I really like some of the plays I showed here on defense. And I just hope they don't go down like chumps and just sit back and, watch them complete passes and try to tackle them, because you're not going to tackle them. Try to break up the pass before it gets there. Try to get in passing lanes. Don't over pursue to the outside. Don't try to sack Brock Purdy every play. Hold your ground. Look for the run. And then on your way to the quarterback. Stop the run first. And secondary, bunch and smash and hold guys and punch them. And try to get in the way. Deebo Samuel's a big, tough dude for a wide receiver. He's kind of like Sterling Sharp. I don't think we have anybody who can match up with him. I really don't. Maybe Rudy Ford, but that's it. And Rudy Ford hasn't played in a while, so I don't know how he's doing. That's our only hope. Hopefully the 49ers have been sitting around for 2 weeks, and the game just looks fast. I hope Matt LaFleur takes the ball again early and just goes out there and just wants to go fast and take it to him.
Yeah.
But I think it's super exciting, the fact that the guys won the first game. I thought it was a really good game plan on offense and a really good game plan on defense. And that's not something we could say all year. And should Joe Barry come back? I don't know. All year, everybody said how great Dan Quinn was, and we made him look like a chump on Sunday. So you might think one guy's good, and then he plays against some other team and they school him. Yeah. And Joe Barry, we've seen Joe Barry's defenses look great, and we've seen him look like crap. So is there somebody out there who's that much better than him as a defense coordinator? I don't know. But we watched in this game, in the first half, getting those turnovers really mattered.
Mm-hmm.
But they still played off. They still gave up a lot of yards here and there, and then they had to stop them in the red zone again a couple times. So I don't know. I'm just super excited. I think it's cool to watch these young guys play together, and really, it seems like an awesome team, and that's something that even Romeo Dobbs has said this week. He was on a show, and they asked him like, "Oh, what's the difference between this team, and last year's team?" And he's like, "Oh, this team, we just got a bunch of guys who, we care about each other. We want to, we're working out together. We're a team." Last year, he said, last year was a roller coaster. He said, that's what he said. This year is roller coaster as well, but they stay together.
Yeah.
But last year it was kind of a mess, and it's all because of one guy. We all know it.
Yeah, because you had biggest hypocrite leading the way is saying a bunch of stuff and then doing the opposite. And you're like, I mean, what does that show the guys? Now you got a guy who's even keel, playing for you, playing with you, supporting you, throwing it to you no matter what, trusting you to make plays. And then you got, this team who's pulling together. You got young guys who are working hard, who are getting opportunities and coming through and making plays. Everybody's excited for them. Like, that brings energy to everybody. That energizes all the guys on the roster, top to bottom, because even the guys low on the roster are like, damn, that guy wasn't a starter, but look at him. He's getting to do it. Maybe if I keep working hard, I'll get a chance. And then who knows? I mean, I don't want to put too many expectations out there, but now after this win, and I don't want to get too high after this win, but it was fun as hell to beat the Cowboys again in the playoffs in Dallas. Packers now 6-0 in that building, which is awesome. But now I'm getting kind of greedy, and now I want to play the Lions in the NFC Championship, and now I want to play the Bills in the Super Bowl and see Rasul again. That's what I want to do.
I don't want to see Rasul in the Super Bowl because I think he'll beat us.
But at least then it would be justice one way or another.
I want to see Rasul win the Super Bowl if the Packers get knocked out, and I want to see the Packers win the Super Bowl. I don't want to see them beat the Bills. All right. I want to see them face somebody else.
Kansas City. You want to see
Kansas City, but they can beat Kansas City. I'm worried about Lamar and all those guys. The Ravens are tough.
I don't know if they could beat them because they're pretty damn physical. And
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, actually, the Bills. I think the Packers could beat the Bills because Josh Allen's a ding dong. Yeah, he's a moron.
He is. He
really is.
For a guy that gets talked about as much as he is, he does a lot of dumb crap still. Like, he is Favre Jr. 100%, a little more athletic, but he's so much like Favre.
And there are people comparing Jordan Love to Josh Allen, and I'm like, no, Jordan Love's way smarter than Josh Allen. Way, way smarter.
Yeah.
Like, it's night and day. Josh Allen's kind of a ding dong. He's no Dak Prescott though. Dak Prescott's just playing dumb and has a crappy arm. So
he's a good guy, but he doesn't have the tools, right?
He's Kirk Cousins, but not as good.
Yeah,
because he needs to be in the pocket and have perfect. If he is, he can dice you apart. He has a decent arm then. But if you get him off platform or him moving in the pocket, and then he leaves the pocket for no reason, I don't know. I was after watching the game, I was like, wow, what's going on with Dak or with the offense here, blah blah blah. And then watching the all 22, I'm like, wow. It's true. Like, he's just kind of dumb, and he just moves what he doesn't have to move, and he's kind of like Russell Wilson in that way. So we'll see what happens.
Oof. All right.
Love is like Mikowski. Holy moly! Now, let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy.
Oof.
There's only one Magic Man. Magic Man.
That's a big comparison in Ben's eyes right there.
Yeah, you can't compare nobody.
OU 812. In-game adjustments. Let's see. Jonathan shows up, says in-game adjustments and control the clock may be a thing. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Packers are going to have to. They played a really clean game again, and they're going to have to keep doing that. They've been doing that for a while. That's obviously a key. Mm-hmm. Clean game, no dumb mistakes. Penalties doesn't set you back. Turnovers, take care of the ball, do all that good stuff. I did see somebody make a comment earlier. Can't remember who that was, saying we got to get rid of Carlson, do something for Carl. I think it was 0 or whatever. says something about my man Anders Carlson, and I'm like, just settle down, guys. Jeez Louise, Anders is fine. Everybody's getting all worked up. He misses here it is. 0 earlier. We got to do something about Carlson. We need to try out some kickers this week. Come on now. Come on. He's a rookie 6th-round pick making dirt money. He's made higher percentage of field goals than Mason Crosby did in his rookie season. And yeah, he's missed some extra points here and there. But
I have
just settle down.
I do have a question though.
All right, what is it?
All we did was complain about Mason Crosby and the fact that he could never kick the ball in the end zone on kickoff.
I am upset. That's my biggest beef with Anders.
So
Why the
what
hell
is going on with Anders? Like he kicks
I
it
don't
like
know.
he kicks it exactly to the 1 yard line,
Yeah.
like every time.
I
If
know,
that's a
it's-
plan, he's really good at that.
right?
And if he doesn't have the leg to get it to the end zone, then try Whelan or get him to learn how to freaking kick off because we need the ball in the damn end zone. I don't want to see any more
100%.
returns.
100%.
That was
That
part of
is-
the reason why they scored at the end of the first half.
Right?
Was because there was a kick to the 1 yard line. They returned it a whole bunch, and then they got a bullcrap penalty on Quay Walker, which gave him an extra 15 yards. And then they had a false start that wasn't called. Otherwise, they would have never scored a damn touchdown. It would have been, 27-0 at halftime.
That's a great point. And I say that because it's something that's my main concern with him too. So I'm right there with you. I'm like, to me, it's not about the missed extra points. It's about why the hell isn't the ball being kicked in the end zone? Like every kicker the Packers face is like Keyshawn can't even get a sniff at it most of the time, right? It's like it's 9 yards deep or hitting the back of the end zone or out of it. Like this guy is supposed to have a strong leg. Well, where is it on the kickoffs? What the hell's going on? Kick the ball. I don't get it. And if that's what he's being coached, that's weird. Because I don't have a ton of confidence in our kick coverage. So what the hell are we doing here? I don't get it. To me, that is a way bigger concern than any missed extra points or his field goal percentage. Is he should be kicking the ball 5 yards deep in the end zone or deeper every single time, and it's not happening. That's weird.
Especially when we score so many damn points.
Yes,
That's a lot of kickoffs.
that's concerning.
What's up with that? Let's go. I need answers. Did anybody ask? Because Andy Herman's talked about it, how he
Really?
wants to
Okay.
ask him about it, but he never is at the press conference to ask.
Ask
But
him.
I'd be like, Matt LaFleur, why the hell? Or Big Sakia, what the crap's going on with this, Sack? By the way, Rich Big Sakia, no requests for head coach interviews.
Shocker.
Not a surprise.
Man,
I think Big Sakia is never going to be head coach now.
the shine has worn off of the big
Well, when your
sack.
special team sucks as bad as it doesn't suck, but it's pretty bad. It's not dynamic. He was brought here to be a dynamic special teams guy, and we're not seeing it.
That's a great point. And when you look across the league, almost every kicker booms in the end zone pretty
It's
much
just weird.
pretty consistently, right?
Yeah.
And this guy's got a big enough leg that you're trusting him to kick like 50 plus yarders. So what the hell's going on? And why is nobody asking about it? Is it the trajectory? Is it his approach? Like, what the hell is it? He should be able to kick the freaking ball far enough that it's 5 to 6, 7, 8 yards deep in the end zone. So nobody wants to return it.
Unless they want him to kick it to the 1 yard line,
Dumb.
which I think is dumb. Right. So what's the deal? Somebody asked Matt LaFleur. Let's go.
Somebody ask a question.
Reporters, do your jobs, you ding dongs.
Do your jobs. All right. Are we going to do a job on Friday night and have a chat show leading up to the game?
It's up to you. You're in charge.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay, let's get out of here then.
All right.
I gotta
That's it
work at
for
5 in the
Wednesday
morning.
night. 5 in the morning. Are you still doing overnights? Or are you back on the
No, we're
weird
done.
early morning?
We're done with
Okay,
that.
Good.
Packers!
Packers win it. They're going to play San Francisco. Let's hope it's different than the other times we played at San Francisco in recent years.
Matt LaFleur's got to beat his bugaboo. Never wins
do
in the
it.
playoffs. He can beat him in the regular season, but not in the playoffs. Got to beat him in the playoffs. Let's go.
But just remember, those were all Aaron Rodgers' team. This is no longer an Aaron Rodgers team. So maybe that was the problem the whole time.
Could have been. Nick Bosa said it was. He said Jordan Love, he throws the ball where it's supposed to go. Aaron Rodgers sometimes would try to make crap happen. And sometimes it's better to throw where it's supposed to go.
I always thought Nick Bosa was a dum-dum, but maybe he wasn't.
Nope, he's smart. Joey Bosa's
right.
a dum dum.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right. Well, you guys take care. We'll see you Friday night for mostly a chat show. We'll look forward to the game against the 49ers, and we'll see what else happens from there. But, yeah, great Packer win. Legendary. I'm going to say it. Legendary Packer win.
It's pretty awesome.
Another devastating win against the Cowboys. Probably one of the most fun games I've watched in years, the Packers play. So
The problem is, though, it's been a lot of rock, paper, scissors, right?
yeah.
Cowboys are the paper. We're the rock. No.
Yeah.
We're the scissors.
Oh, yeah.
Cowboys are the
scissors, yeah.
paper. We're the scissors. And the 49ers are the rock. And the rock smacks our scissors because we can't beat the 49ers in the playoffs. Cowboys can't beat us in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys can't beat anybody in the playoffs. So it doesn't matter. I guess it's not really rock, paper, scissors. It's rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. For anybody who gets that, they should get that.
Let's get it. Let's win it. Let's upset another team, and then let's see what happens against the Lions in the championship game or the Bakers.
No,
Who
we
the hell
can't. Baker, well, he'll Baker us.
Dang it, I don't wanna
Because it'll
see
be in
Baker.
Tampa and he'll Baker us. We can't afford to fight Baker.
Damn it.
Because Baker's not afraid.
Yep,
He'll throw
that's
it in
true.
a triple cover. He don't give a crap. Dak Prescott was afraid to throw the ball. Baker ain't. Jared Goff was afraid to throw the ball. That's how he beat the Lions on Thanksgiving. And he got sacked a bunch because he wouldn't throw the ball. The guy was open. He's not super open, but he's open in the NFL. Baker
Hey,
will throw it there.
for
We
as much
can't
crap
fight Baker.
For as much crap as people talked about, and give him some credit, man. He played great against the Eagles, and damn, he's playing free and playing hard, and yeah. All right, we don't want to see him. We want to see the Lions. Anyway,
Not
let's
Baker.
get past the 49ers.
Lions.
We'll talk to you Friday night. All right, everybody, be good, stay good. See you Friday night for a chat show. That's it for the poos.
Still hoping that I treat you